but so we lobbied very hard over the last 2 months to try and get that rule changed. And on the 22nd was a meeting, one of the meetings that I normally go to, but I was here so I couldn't. Well, I was pretty certain, judging from the climate of the responses and the conversations I had, the other manufacturers weren't interested in doing that. So probably current year cars aren't going to be allowed in GTM 2014. So Jack, who owns Libre, has two options. He can move up to the GT Pro class with a car, which he's considering doing, or the possibility of negotiating with the European Le Mans Series to run a current car. We have a third car right now, which is our original test car, which is available, we can make available, or we have the ability to build them one, or anybody else who has an interest in racing them. So we don't ultimately go out there and wave the flag and try and sell them, but if guys are interested and they want them, we'll build them or sell them what we have, because they've done a remarkable job in taking forward the Corvette name over there and establishing Corvette just not as America's sports car, but really as the world's sports car. They've done a great job. They've been a wonderful partner. They truly have. He's a little odd guy, but you get that with some people sometimes. Not everyone can be as button down as myself. And not hot. Oh. Anything else? Yes, sir. Question is, because you can get to hear this, quite a dialogue. New Z28 comes out and goes way faster than anything before it, and it sells for what I thought was kind of a mind-blowing, gut-wrenching 71 or 72,000 bucks. 75. We can probably buy one for 72 though. I can get a deal. So God bless them if they're lined up to buy those. They are amazing machines. I mean, they've hot rodded the thing up. They like to describe it as barely street legal, and they're right when they say that. So the question is, that kind of doubled in price. What's going to happen to the pricing on the new Z06? Anybody look that car over? Do we have one here that you guys can see?
Yep.
In the display? The gray one? Is that the one that's out there? Oh! Side story before I get into pricing on Z06. Remind me where I was, because I'll certainly forget. What was I going to say? We're in this morning. Is there any management here? I got to be careful what I'm saying. Now, we're at night practice last night till whatever time it ended, 8 o'clock. And so then you got to debrief and load your stuff. Drivers are tired after being here all day. I think they close the track supposedly like 9:30. So these poor guys are, maybe 10:30, they get home, grab something to eat, time they shower, get to bed, 11 o'clock, 11:30. This is the morning where we're not on the track till 11:30. And it's the day before the race. So it's an ideal time for them, because they don't really have to be here probably much before 10 o'clock. They can sleep in till 9 o'clock, 9:15. At 7:15 tomorrow morning, Jim Campbell will be giving an address on Chevrolet product that we all should be part of and show up there. The average Chevrolet driver and team owner and everybody that wears a Chevrolet hat on to show up for this. 7:15 a.m. Oh, dude, great presentation. I kid. It was cool. It was good that everybody saw it. But man, oh man, being here that early in the morning was just brutal on all of us. Just brutal on all of us. And I forget where I was going with the story, but back to the Z06 pricing. He says the car's all covered up, Z06. I expected it to be the yellow car. C7 Z06. I expected it to be the yellow car that the model we had used all around. I had never seen the car that was here. I'm sitting in the front row, they pull that color off and it's that wing gray color. Oh my God. I'm not a big gray color guy, but that thing was just a fine cut. I literally gasped when I saw it, because it wasn't all what I expected. It's just a beautiful ride. Just tremendous. I don't know what the price is going to be on it. I really don't. I can't imagine, I mean, this is all supposition. Harlan, if he's going to be here, might be able to be a little more introspective into that. I'm guessing it's going to be less than a ZR1 cost, and probably more than like a Grand Sport cost. So I'm going to pick a number out of the clear blue sky. $85,000. It could be 95. I don't know. His first? No, you couldn't have paid that much for it. You think? That much? $10,000 in 1973?
No, 80.
Oh, 83. Oh, okay. Oh, Z3. Oh, okay. Yes.
With the Crossfire 305.
Yes.
10,600 star.
Because in 1971, yeah. I bought my first Camaro Z28 in 1971, and I think I paid $2,768 for it. I had it for about 7 months, wrecked it twice, realized this didn't have a big future in it. So my logic said, you know, Doug, you're kind of disrespecting not only the roadway, but your new Z28. You're driving around like a hot rod and having a couple beers and trying to spin the tires in the rain and drive it like a race car driver, and you crash twice. You better get rid of this car. So Doug, what do you think you're going to need to make yourself be more responsible on the road? I said, you know what? Probably if I got a Corvette, then I would be really scared of wrecking it, because I was able to buy the Camaro. I wasn't going to be able to afford the Corvette. That's just what I did. I never wrecked the Corvette. I bought it from Roger Penske for $5,150 out the door. Tax and license, 1972. Taught me a great lesson. When you work for something and you got to be paying on it, you're probably going to be a lot more responsible than just having something you're hot riding around town with. And we got more pricing coming from this same gentleman. Yeah. Let me ask you this before we go much further with this story. How many cars are we going to talk about here? We got a race tomorrow. What? Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And you're driving now, what are you driving? Grand Sport. That's one of them. You'll be the first in line when that Z06 hits. I can tell by the look on your face, regardless of what the price is, you're having it and not riding it around town. Am I right? Yeah, possibly. Okay. Nigel says, have I ordered mine? Who here knows what I drove? Somebody here is going to know what my street car was. Yes, sir. What is it? HHR. Exactly. Yeah. SS, by the way. With a chip. 300 ground-pounding horsepower. And I still managed to get in trouble with that whole thing. I never had a car with that many miles on it. Personal story, like I said, what killing time to drivers give you. 45,000 miles. I never had a car with 45,000 miles on it that I bought new. I had to get rid of it because it started to need some work on the wastegate, some other stuff that I'd hot rodded the hell out of. So now I drive a Sonic RS Turbo. It's my daily driver. I don't have a Corvette. I work for General Motors. Come on, do the math. Wouldn't you think, though, that after being with them all these years, that they would just provide me one just for the sake of having their program manager around town and the hot rodding with their product? I've tried that, it didn't work. They weren't buying that at all. Started at GM in 1988, so 25, 26, whatever the math is. Corvette, I've been behind the wheel of a factory-owned Corvette in those 26 years, 3 days. And that's because they needed a car driven up to the Mosport race, because the car we had up there quit running. So they said, give it to Fehan, he'll take it up. He's going up to the race anyway. That was it. They don't trust me, and I don't blame them. Have they what? Oh no, they've never let me behind the wheel of the race car, and that's totally justified. That's one of the brilliant moments that they've had, one of the few. I see drivers arriving.
Oh.
Oliver and Tommy, the four-car team.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like they might be breaking up. Is Oliver giving Tommy the ring back? Dan's here. He'll mediate this thing. He used to date both of them. Come on up here, guys.
Oh my gosh. It doesn't end. Never ends with Fehan.
I'm thinking, what do we walk into here? The Who are the two new guys? Robin Racing, probably? Oh my God. They haven't done this before. And I gave them a really great introduction, too. I'll wait for them. Oh, well, there's Robin. No, they look like yeah, I'll go to the other door. I remember he's Scottish. He thought that there was somebody kicking money here. Come on up here. No, you don't have to pay to get in. You come in.
Oh, you missed it.
And new Papa Ryan.
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, welcome. Woo!
So most of you know, we went on the line, Alan from Florida, where it's always warm and sunny. Oh, we moved now to West Virginia. Virginia, not West Virginia. I used to be West Virginia. No. He has all his teeth. Oliver Gavin, Northamptonshire,
Yes.
Farmtown, England. The longest name in history. I went to Oliver's house last year. I went over to Silverstone for a race, share this with you. He lives in a house that's a little over 400 years old. Yeah, look at these now. 400 years, guys. I mean, that's like caveman stuff. This place is absolutely amazing. Originally heated with a stone fireplace. For Oliver, I mean, he's got to be careful when he walks around because some of the ceilings are really low because 400 years ago people were only this big, even tinier than him. But it's an amazing place. He's got farm animals and a barn and the only place in it that's like been really tripped out. Every place is a thatched roof. Who has a thatched roof on their house? Raise their hand. Oh, I don't see any hands. Well, one. Yeah. Thatched roof on this house. It is an amazing piece of history. It's beautiful in such great scenic setting. Typical England. You could take a picture of this as rural England and this would be it. However, he's just over the ground. He has built himself a new office. Oh my God. It comes right out of high-tech magazine, dude. It's got every bell, whistle, trophy, case thing going on in it. It's a great place. We had fun. The new guy. That's right, he's from Scotland, always looking for cheap stuff. Robin Liddell, long time with us at Camaro. Pretty excited to be here, right, Robin? Very excited, Doug, yes. And we do have, when we look across the world's landscape in race car drivers, there's been a pretty fast Magnuson. Unfortunately, he ain't the fastest anymore. For those of you that don't know, Jan's son Kevin is now the second driver on McLaren Formula One team. Hello, Kevin. And I believe next week we'll have his first turn in doing the testing and running in the car. He's a very proud papa. He's just waiting for Kevin to earn enough so that he can quit racing and live off his kid. He's got a lot invested in him. He's just looking for a little rocking chair equity, a little return. In all seriousness, he's got a lot of good years left. He's not going to worry about Alfred's way over. And here we have our little guy from Spain, my favorite guy. He never, ever will knock you down with speech. All right? This is the quietest guy on the planet. As I like to say, we can have a 20-minute conversation without a word ever being spoken except by me. Okay? Antonio, how you doing? Everything go all right today? What do you think? Anyone want to go golfing later on? That's pretty much it. Get 3 beers in him, you can't shut him up. I mean, he's just truly a funny man. And newly married.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he and Ryan were talking, but he's having a baby too. I don't know about this. So that should be fun. And last but not least, Ron Briscoe, who comes to us with a long and storied career in Champ Car, very successful, worked for a guy you might have heard of. Was Roger Penske? Yeah. He spent some time there running around hot rodding, so we're really happy to have him here. He has a little bit of history of Chevy behind him, and a very accomplished road racer both here and abroad. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to these guys. They're going to sign autographs for you. As you go through, make sure you ask them very personal questions, so they have to be just semi-embarrassed to answer them. That keeps their humility level low. Yes, sir? Would I ask them to compare? No, I won't, because I'm done now, okay? But when you get up here, you can ask them to compare, because I've already programmed, I know exactly what they're going to say. They've memorized the script. All right, we've told them how it compares, whether it does or doesn't. They know the things to say. All right? But if you got a couple minutes, I'll turn it over. And you know what? I'll probably give this to Oliver, just as the most experienced member of our team, with the most experience in both the cars. He can, I'm gonna bow out here now, but I'll let him take that forward because that is a good question how you're interested in that. And then we'll line up and do autographs. Before I leave, I want to thank you all, number one, for your dedication and your commitment and your passion to the product and to our effort to race. Because we can't do this without you on 2 fronts. We can't do this without you buying cars, and we can't do this without you coming to races. And I want to close with our legacy. Who's going to answer my question? What's our legacy as Corvette Museum members? What's our legacy? What's our duty to leave those that come after us? Who wants to answer the question? Yes, sir. Motorsports Park is our legacy.
Right.
Anybody in here buy an acre besides me? Look at the hands go up. I want all of you to look around. I want you to be shamed a little bit, okay? Get a paper route, rob your kid's piggy bank, get together with the other Corvette owners, write a check, let's buy some more acres. I think now we're buying paving by the foot. Yeah, asphalt. Yeah, right. Remember that first word? Not too long a word. Let's get together and get that thing done, because on Labor Day, we're going to be kicking that off. These guys are going to be down here. We're going to do some laps.